guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we will be comparing the Chanel wallet on chain. This is the original one and this is the fake one. This has gold hardware, as you can see, and this is a caviar skin. And then the fake one is supposed to be lambskin. As you can see, now we are going to talk about how it feels. First, the real Chanel bag is different leather from the fake one, but comparing it with the other bags that we have, lambskin, this is very hard and it's not very gentle to touch on. And then we're going to continue with the logo here. So this is very small, the Chanel, and as we have stated before, that this side should be overlapping. They have also copied it the same way, but the logo looks very differently. I am not entirely sure if Chanel has exactly this bag, because as you can see, it is a bit different side from the original one. So I'm not very sure. Leave a comment below if they do. And then we are going to continue and talk about how the chains feel. So as we have stated before, the chains are supposed to be with gold, and these do feel way heavier. And these do not have very much weight to them. But as you can also see, in comparison, these are quite wider and this is more narrow. And then you also have the stitching, as we have mentioned before. This is not very nicely done. You can tell by looking at it. And if we look closer, they have also copied the part of the flat side on the Chanel here. And then continuing, the bag is a little worn out and it does look bad on the fake one, but to be honest, the Chanel caviar skin that we have used, it has been like one of the most worn bags that we have that I have been wearing mostly. And it is a bit worn out, but it doesn't look as bad as the fake one, as you can see. Okay, so continuing, we should be looking at the quilting. Usually they have like the same color of the stitches, and here we do have a little bit of difference in the color. It may look the same when you see it on the camera, but looking at it real closely, it is a bit different. And then we have this part is nicely done, if you can see. But also the stitches come like and also, if you can see, as I've mentioned before, they should be like outlined very perfectly, and they have tried to make that correctly, to be honest, because as you can see, it is very perfectly outlined, the whole bag. The shape of the quilting looks very similar with the shape of the original one. The number of stitches, I think it was the same, because we had like 9 stitches over here, and then we have the same number of stitches over here. This is the comparison from the side. We are going to turn the bag over, not on the side, because I will also show you that the sides look very different. As we've previously mentioned, the pocket over here should be very nicely outlined, which means it should not look like you've just inserted a pocket, but it looks like it's the part of the bag, and it is just a very bit, it has very bit space, as you can see. And this bag is definitely more stretched out. It also looks similar like this one, but I think the stitches are very, you can tell by the stitching that is very different. You can actually see it's not very nicely done. You can see it over here on these kind of details. And I also should mention that this is not like the first replica. I think this is a medium replica. I'm sure you can find better on the market. As I've mentioned, the space is not the same. So this is more hard to pull out, and this is way more loose. As you can see, this is the comparison. And also it's once again perfectly outlined. If you can see, it goes like this. It is stitched, and the quilting looks very symmetrical, and they have also tried in a way, but you can see the difference over here, for example, and here you can also see a very huge difference. They should be like this, and it goes like, I think there's like 0.5 centimeters difference. Anyways, I'm going to turn this on the side. This is very regular. This is very nicely done. When you put it like this, for instance, you have this part over here, and then when you open it up, there's not a huge difference when you open it up, even when in the fields. It's quite the same. And then you have the stitches over here, but this is black, you cannot see it very much. And then you can see it from this part, also the stitches. On the bottom, once again, looks very similar. Not sure, this is very loose, to be honest. Even though it's lambskin, it's supposed to be gentler, but it's very loose, if you see, and it's not very nice touch to it. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on the side. Look from the on the top side. This is very symmetrical once again. It looks very nicely, and this as well looks okay, but it is not as symmetrical. It is not as straight. It looks like a bit asymmetrical when I look from it. Like this is more narrowed, and then this is more wide in the end, but this is completely the same length of distance. So this is the main difference. From this side, the quilting is perfectly outlined, and in here the quilting has gone a little back, and you can see only the end of it. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's very, you can see it very well. And in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you can mostly see the end. You cannot see the middle part as you see in the original. And then we are going to open up the bags. So once again, I'm not sure if they used to have this kind of Chanel when it's written on the upper part, because on the original that we have here, it's written on the bottom part, the Chanel one. But please leave a comment below. I'm not sure about this. And then, as we've mentioned before, if you have the gold hardware, the writings in the inside should also be gold. We have very distant Chanel over here, as you can see, and in here is way more written more gently. It's written more close by. Then we are going to go in with the zipper. Now, the one main difference, the zipper is done very nicely. As you can see, it looks very regular, and in here it looks very awful done, to be honest, because it's not a very good job on the zipper. And then you open it up, and then this part over here, you have an inside wallet. It is spacious to put your cards maybe, or money. And then on the right side, it's also spacious, but I'm going to, it has the same space, you know, like you can put inside. It looks small, but it does have quite some space. And then when you compare this side, they have also copied that, where you put the chain. This is like some kind of protector for the chain and for it to stay in place. The same thing has been done over here, but this is way more intact and this way more together. Then this is way more loose. For example, if you would touch it, you would feel that it has like a lot of excess fabric skin. Okay, so we are going to continue on the inside. We are going to continue first on the hardware. This is very small hardware, and this is quite bigger, but I'm once again, maybe this is like a different type of Chanel. And then you have written the Chanel over here, and it's written Paris. Is once again gold hardware. It's very nicely written. And then you have on this side, it's Chanel and Paris. It looks a bit different handwriting, and also very different from one another compared to size, because the Chanel should be bigger, just a tiny bit bigger than Paris, but here on the fake one is a very huge difference. Okay. I'm going to continue on the inside. I'm going to take a look on the inside of the bag. So this is how it looks like. It's a very nice burgundy or very dark red color. This is the part where you can put your cards over here. The name is wallet on chain, and it's practically a wallet. And then you have this spacious pocket once again. Here is very nicely stitched. You do not have any loose fabric. And then when you open this zipper up, you have another inside pocket, which is once again very spacious. The zipper here is the skin of the zipper is very nicely done, and then the gold hardware is too. But as you can see, because sometimes people think that nothing will happen to their Chanel, but it does look worn off, to be honest, even if it's the original one. So this over here you have another pocket where you can just put any necessities. If you want to know how much this bags fit, again, you have the code over here. I do not have the authenticity card of this bag. I do not know where I've put it. Also, what I wanted to show, if you want to know how much this bag fits and how much I use it, sorry, you can take a look at the video that we will be reviewing this bag. Okay, so let's take a look of the fake one. So once again, the inside is very lightish pink, but with gray tones. The whole bag looks like this, but this has a very huge difference. The stitchings, let's compare. The stitching over here are very nicely done, and it's only from this side. As you can see, you do not see stitches on this side. And on the fake one, we see stitches from here, but we also see stitches from here. Maybe it's something from a light color, I'm not sure, but it looks very not nicely done. And then you have like this excess stitching over here. In the real Chanel that would not happen. And then from here you have the authenticity code. It's here in the end. Once again, this does not have the fake authenticity card. And then you have the inside zipper as you had on the original, and you also have another pocket. And once again, this is not nicely done. This is very bad. It looks very bad, and it feels actually very bad when you touch it. And then you have another pocket over here. Once again, let's compare the stitches. For example, this at all does not have stitches. The outside does not have excess fabric, but here we have excess fabric and it has many stitches, and it looks very different. Maybe this should have been leather, so we could compare it properly. So this is how the inside looks. Here we have written made in France. This is quite a larger font that it from the original. We have here written made in Italy. Very difference in the size of the font, as you can see, and also was the comparison of the two Chanel wallet on chain. I don't know if you've liked it, if you learned how to tell the difference between them. Follow us for more videos, and I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.